What's going on, you beautiful people? So today we are going to be doing a video that was highly requested. This is something that have just so many people hit me up on. They said for me to go out and do some hot takes with the fans. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So what I did is I went on my Twitter and we kind of asked people, give me your Vancouver Canucks hot takes. And this is what the Vancouver Canucks fans kind of came up with. Now, I know all of these might not be the hottest ever, but interesting nonetheless. And also for all the people that didn't get their video on this one, we are going to be doing obviously many of these hot take videos, and I have them all written down and screenshotted. So let's get right into it right off the bat. From the Vancouver Cup, no matter what we do, it'll take less than one game into the regular season before everyone panics about line combinations for Pettersson, and we'll be so back. I think there's a good chance that one would actually happen. Not saying that it's not going to be really successful. I'm just saying people do like to panic quite early in Vancouver. This has been a reoccurring theme over the years. That's funny. That's a good start. Bubba, Canucks power play is going to cook. Kane, Besser, DeBrusk, Pettersson, Hughes, Garland. Also, Kane will extend mid-season, and fans will be happy. So Kane would be extending mid-season. The only way I see that is if he goes on an absolute heater, and he literally is a dog for the Canucks, protecting Petey every moment there is, puts up a stupid amount of goals and points. And I can see the Canucks being like, you know what, we need to get this guy signed longer term. But he's older up in the age. He has a lot of injury problems. But that's an interesting take. I don't mind that one. Interesting. Next up, from Eric Von Schaefer, the Vancouver Canucks are good. Okay. Now for the hot take. Vancouver will be second in the Pacific, just behind Vegas with 48 wins. Now, I believe there's another poster there. So I think it was Sophie who said that there's going to be 50-win season as well. 48 wins this season. I think maybe a little bit too high on the prediction there. Interesting. It's not entirely impossible. I still feel we need a second line center. Philip Hedl needs to stay healthy. Everybody would need to stay absolutely healthy. Demko would need to have a Vezina season. Quinn Hughes would have to have a Norris season for that to actually go out and happen. But that's an interesting one. Don't mind it. Canucks finish ahead of the Oilers in points. Yes, let's have that. Oh, that would be great. Oh, Canucks Twitter would just love that, eh? Oh, man, that would be great. That's from Core. Interesting one. All right, a smart-ass username. Good name. PD40 will have a recovery from last season, back up to at least point-per-game levels. Vander will end up at least respected for the borderline enforcer role he takes to defend Quinn Hughes and PD. Now, I will say that I think that's exactly what he's going to be doing. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in a fight or two really early in the season just to kind of show the toughness there and kind of the protection of the main stars, right? The Canucks will make the playoffs and might even win a series. So the win of series would be a hot take too on top of it. Interesting. Vander will at least be respected. I think that'll be tough. I think the Canucks fan base is like, he has a lot of history. I'm not going to get into it too heavily. I don't know too much about it too heavily. I just know he has a lot of history. And personally, it's going to be a lot for him to be really loved and respected here in Vancouver. But, you know, if he goes out in that first game and fights for Petey and Quinn, I can see the Canucks definitely fall in love with him just a little bit for sure. And for Petey to be back, have a recovery from last season, that's the only way this season would be a success. Let's be honest, right? All right, Charlie Conway here. Mighty Ducks. Canucks will finish second in the division, and Hughes will get his second Norris trophy. I don't know if that's really a hot take, unless because of the Eastern voters of the whole McCarr thing. But if Quinn Hughes, okay, so if they do finish second in the division, that means Quinn Hughes had an absolutely insane year alongside Petey and everybody else. Our defense held the fort down. So that would probably mean he got a Norris. So I can definitely see something like that. But again, like, we are heavy underdogs going into this season, mostly because of our injury concerns, and we don't have a true number 2 center. So I know we're technically 100% healthy, but things can change real quick, and we just got to hope that everybody stays healthy this season. Canucks 44 says Linus Karlsson will have more goals next year than Pius Suter. Okay, so Suter had a bit of a heater this year, let's be honest. His shooting percentage was pretty wild. So does that mean that Linus Karlsson could have more goals than him? That is a hot take for sure. He would need to get more of an opportunity. Unfortunately, there would probably need to be injuries for that to happen so we can get somewhere near that power play. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Suter is going to do really well. And I do think Linus is going to, or Linus or Karlsson's going to be on the team. I just don't see him getting that much of an offensive opportunity, but that's an interesting one. All right, next up, we have Nikki. The team will be good and fun to watch. Not really much of a hot take, Nikki. It's okay, because I do agree with you. I think maybe that is a hot take, because a lot of people do think they're going to be pretty bad this year. I don't. I think they're going to have a big bounce back season. Actually, I would go out to say that I'm going to make a video on how I think they're going to be better this year and how I believe in them. And we're going to throw some positivity going. All right, Nikki? Good positive tweet there. I love it. All right, Atu Ratu outproduces Suter. A lot of people think Suter is going to have a bit of a fallback year, and Atu Ratu now is getting some love. That's interesting. Canucks will make the playoffs, and the Rangers don't. If the Rangers miss the playoffs again, that would be insane. That team is really good on paper. I just don't see it happening. I feel like they're going to bounce back. New coach, everything's going to be different. But, with the Canucks making the playoffs, man, it seems to be a recurring thing. A lot of positivity right now in these hot takes. I quite like it. Let's see if that happens. Also, from Corey here, things can go wrong, run into injury trouble, etc., and the Canucks won't be a lottery team. So you're saying everything can go wrong this season, and we are still going to be good enough to not be a lottery team. That's it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hot take. That's definitely a hot take. If everything goes wrong, I feel we're going to be a lottery team. Let's be honest. I think we're going to be a lottery team if everything goes wrong. I like that, though. That's an interesting one. So there you have it, guys. 8 lovely minutes of Canucks hot takes. We'll do this video again if you guys enjoy it. Drop a like if you guys love this video. Subscribe if you're new. Welcome, everybody. Take care. Have a good day.